for saying that. I appreciate it.
So, John, how many hands do you have? All right. Good morning and welcome to Vision. I'm so glad you all are here this morning. Those of you joining us online, we're thrilled that you're spending your morning with us. Let's all stand up together and celebrate.
Yay, yeehaw. Good morning, everybody. Phew. I'm Reverend Patti Paris, the senior minister here at Vision, and I welcome you here. Let's pray. That's what we do. We pray. I know that we are seated at the heart of God. Wherever we are on the planet, we are at the heart of God because that energy, which is spirit, extends infinitely in all directions. So wherever we are at the center. I give great thanks for this. I know and accept that there is only one life. It is God's. It is whole, perfect, and complete, just the way it is. And we are some undifferentiated part of that life. We are that individualized expression, that individual thread in the tapestry of all life. And together we make this grand and glorious picture, this thing called life. And so I give great thanks for this. I know it is truth. I give thanks for everyone here, for those on their way, for those tuning in from wherever. I know that we are all one. So giving thanks for this unity into expression. I simply say thank you, God. And so it is. So welcome. We are welcome here. Isn't that lovely? I think that's a wonderful thing. So, since you are here, I'm going to tell you about what's here. And what's here, we have a plethora of practitioners here to serve you in prayer. So I would love the practitioners and the ministers to raise their hands so that they can be seen. Look at all these beautiful faces. Yay. These are the people that are just so conscious. They've gone to school for years in the art of compassionate listening and the science of healing prayer, and they are here to pray with us and for us all year. And what happens is it changes conditions around our lives. It just changes things, because we know prayer changes things because it changes us, right? It changes us and then how we move through the world, and then it changes the world around us, and then it changes the whole world, and then peace breaks out, right? That's the goal. So If you have come with anything on your heart today, please see a practitioner before you leave. They'll be in the front of the room here at the end of the celebration. After the celebration, at the meet and greet online experience, there will be breakout rooms for you as well to meet with a practitioner one-on-one, so you can get prayer there. However you want to be served in prayer, we are here to do it. We have the prayer boxes going around. You have a prayer request form in your bulletin. Fill it out, hold it up so that Donna can see, and she'll collect it, and we pray on those all week. If you leave your phone number on those prayer request forms, we can call you at home and pray with you over the phone, or leave a prayer on your voicemail so you can listen to it over and over. Great reinforcement for the truth, right? You can listen to it several times. I love doing that. So however you would like to be served in prayer, we are here to serve you, because we know what? We know that prayer changes things, absolutely. And if you're visiting Vision, if you're here for the first time, or maybe second, maybe you're trying us on for size, there's a guest packet. You can pick it up, tells you all about who we are. We are affiliated with Centers for Spiritual Living. It's a worldwide movement. Yes, it is a movement. I love that. Anyway, pick it up. Even if you're a member already, you can pick it up and give it to a friend. Invite someone in to change their lives through this practical spirituality, because that is what we do here. We transform lives through practical spirituality. It says so right there, right? Yay. I'm so glad. And there's a greeting on the front. Let's say it together. Are you with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Isn't that nice? And the weather has turned cool. That's even nicer. I love that. Anyway, that's just me. I'm going to turn it over now to James, who's going to do our centering song with the celebration singers and lead us into our 5-minute meditation. Take it away.
The breath of God is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. The grace of God is gracing me and resting in the grace of God. I know that all is well. The love of God is loving me and resting in the love of God. I know that all is well. The breath of God is breathing me and resting in the breath of God. I know that all is well. I know that all is well. I know that all is well.
So I invite you to just sit back and relax. We're going to move into our time of meditation and prayer now. So there'll be a 5-minute silent meditation. My name is Cindy May. I'm one of the practitioners here at Vision, and there you have the quotes in your handout for today, the service program. The first one is from Rudyard Kipling. All good people agree, and all good people say, all nice people like us. Are we and everyone else is they. But if you cross over the sea instead of over the way, and just think of it, you may end up by looking on we as only a sort of they. Before moving into our spiritual mind treatment, our affirmative prayer today, I acknowledge that the memorial candle is burning for a longtime friend of Vision, Arlene Linney. Arlene made her transition this past week, and also it is burning for all of those who have made their transition as a result of the hurricanes of late. I know that each one of these beautiful beings of expression of the light are on and upward, moving on and upward in that spiral, that great within. And so we simply bless them and know comfort for those who have remained behind. And again, just allow me to speak this word of knowing on your behalf, that there is one life, that life is a presence of love. It is the power of the one light. It lives and moves and has its being in us, as us. We are immersed in this one, and in fact carry this one within us out into the world. It always starts from within and moves out. The love, the light, the peace, the perfect health, the success, the prosperity, all of those ideal qualities that we know are God. We know them because they exist at the center of our being first. Beauty, joy, all of it. And so I accept today, as I speak this word on our behalf, that this allows us to move into a greater awareness of this truth, of these ideas that already are true. Spirit makes the way clear. The path forward is one of grace, ease, joy. And those things that are held in our hearts, those places that only we can bring forward into the world, are right now, in this moment, manifesting, gathering all that's necessary to the complete unfoldment here in this moment. So I give thanks for this word. I give thanks for the way that Spirit, the all-knowing mind of God, knows exactly what to do, when to do it. I give great thanks for this. And I release this word into the law, and together we say, and so it is.
Our guests today have come down from the Yellow Brick Road to sing a song about rainbows. There is nothing more I need to say.
Kermit the Frog here. This was a big hit for me way back in the 1970s. And this human sings it way better than I do, so here she goes.
Thanks, Kermie. 2, 2, 3. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody it's done so far. What's so amazing and keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, a rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet song that calls the young sailors? I think that they're one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Thank you.
Kermie. I love it. Thank you. So this month's theme is Power to the People. Yeah. Reminds it, yeah, there we were, marching in the 60s. I remember it. I was there. And last week we heard Jill talk about creativity being the antidote to reality. I loved that. I just thought that was brilliant. And true, there's truth in that, right? So today we get to discuss folks like us. Like that quote that Cindy talked about, right? So what do we mean when we say folks like us? Right? They asked the Maharishi once, how do we treat others? And his answer was, there are no others. I love that, right? It was attributed to Ramana Maharishi, a Hindu spiritual teacher. So we know spiritually there are no others. There is one. That's it. There's one. We have individualized from this one, and we are forever linked to it and to each other. The root at the base, there is only one thing happening here. There's the activity of spirit, and each one of us is individualizing that and experiencing our own unique expression of that one. And in the Course in Miracles, that says, when you meet someone, remember it is a holy encounter. As you see him or her, you will see yourself. As you treat him or her, you will treat yourself. As you think of him or her, you will think of yourself. Never forget this, for in him or her, you will find yourself or lose yourself. So yes, spiritually speaking, there is really only one of us. There is only one of us in the room, right? And we have individualized, like they always, I know the analogy we always use is waves in the ocean, right? Each wave is a unique and individual expression as it rises up, but it's still part of the ocean. It still returns to the source. It's still of the same stuff. And that's what we are, individualized expressions of the one. However, we are free to individualize that expression, that everything that God is in our own unique way. And we're all on a spiritual path together. Even the folks who aren't here, that are just out living life and don't believe in anything particular, are on a spiritual path. They may be just not aware of it, but that's what they're doing, right? And some of us on the spiritual path, we know we're on a spiritual path. We've chosen it. I mean, like, some of us are runners, right? And we're running down the path. We want to get to, I want to know how this comes out, you know? And we're runners. Some of us are sprinters. Some of us saunter, skip, right? I mean, some of us just mope along, whatever. We're all going home, isn't it right? What Ram Dass said, we are all walking each other home. Some of us race to get there. Some of us take every single little vista, and you know those turnouts on the road, right? Oh, a turnout. Oh, there's a view, a picturesque view. Let me look, you know. Some of us take every little turnout, but ultimately we are all going in the same place, and we're all headed in the same direction. We're just taking it the way we want to go, right? So when I'm talking about folks like us, I know really from a cosmic standpoint, I'm talking about everyone. I'm talking about everyone. But for the sake of this talk, we're talking about those of us in this teaching, right? For all of our Vision members, community members online, for all of us in the room, I'm talking about those of us who have chosen the science of mind and spirit as our life philosophy, right? As our way to walk with the light of the divine. We are here together from all different backgrounds, all different cultures and ethnicities and political affiliations and religions, and we share this common belief. This is what brings us together. This philosophy, Ernest Holmes said, right, this way of life. He said, what did he? He said it is a science, it's a faith, a philosophy, a way of life. We are here because we've all chosen that, the science of mind and spirit. And Ernest Holmes said, a faith, a philosophy, a way of life. Remember, it is a practical way of thinking, being, praying, so that we can change our lives. So that we can change our lives so that our lives reflect more of what we want and less of what we don't want, regardless of what our religious beliefs were or have been or are. Right? He didn't even start a religion. Ernest Holmes didn't start a religion at first. He said we could bring this teaching into whatever religion we practiced. Back in February of 1927, 20 years after Ernest Holmes began his own path of self-discovery, he incorporated the Institute of Religious Science and School of Philosophy, right? A nonprofit educational organization. That's what it was. Wasn't until 1935 he incorporated it as the Institute of Religious Science and Philosophy. And then it wasn't until 1954 that it was reestablished once again as a religious organization called the Church of Religious Science. So it went through all of this evolution, right? It went through all of these iterations. So here we are, and now we're a religious philosophy. More philosophy, less religion is the way I think of it, right? I call it a philosophy because I feel that it's more inclusive. It's not as divisive as religions tend to be. If you notice, if you read about the history of religion, what is it called, ecclesiology or something like that, you notice religions split. They very rarely reunite, but they do split quite often. I mean, the Protestant Reformation and, there's all of that kind of stuff. So even within big religious traditions, there is a lot of exclusiveness that goes on and division that goes on. I mean, think of the Catholics. You have Roman Catholics, you have Eastern Orthodox Catholics, you have Chaldean Catholics and Byzantine Catholics and Coptic Catholics, right? And they all separate up into their little groups and their little churches. United Methodist Church, and then there's Free Methodist Church and Primitive Methodist Church. Evangelical Lutheran, same thing. There's the Evangelical Lutheran Church, there's the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod, Lutheran Church, Wisconsin Synod. So they split. They keep doing that. Judaism, you have Orthodox, Reform, Conservative. We're forever breaking into smaller and smaller groups. Within every religion, there are always these ecclesiastical differences that create schisms, right, and separations. I mean, we keep dividing up and segregating. Even our own dear Religious Science Church separated in 1957. We became Religious Science International and United Church of Religious Science, right? The group broke apart. Now, over 50 years later, we have decided to come together. We have reintegrated, right? In 2012, we became one religious science organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. And that's why we're Centers for Spiritual Living. We have reintegrated. It's a fabulous study. I think the University of Colorado is doing a sociology study on us because they say religions separate, but they very nearly ever never come back together. So it's a very odd duck we are. And that's us, right? It's like herding cats. We just, we'll just do it our way, always and forever. But the idea is we are individualized. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, we are affirming the unity of all life, the unity that includes variety. Unity passes into variety and multiplicity without division. I love that because for those of us go, is there going to be any math on this test? No. It's multiplicity without division. So here we are, vastly different from each other. Just look around the room. Vastly different from each other, and yet knowing we are all made of the same stuff. We're all the same thing. And we come together because we have this commonality, that we practice these principles in order to improve our lives as well as the lives of others and the planet. And so how do we do that? We do it by living these principles that Ernest Holmes wrote about. Living the principles of our philosophy and employing the qualities of God as our own qualities. Right? All of those beautiful qualities that we call qualities of God are qualities of us. Ernest Holmes said, within this infinite mind, each individual exists, not as a separated entity, but as a separate entity. We come to the point in universal consciousness, which is God, and God is our life or spirit. Right? That is what we are. That is the truth of us. We're just some activity that God is having. He goes on to say, we're not separated from it. Neither is it separated from us. But we are separate entities in it. It's sort of like your body. You've got over 7 or 8 trillion cells in your body. They're all individual units, right? Each cell in your body is an individual unit, and it's there doing its own thing, whether it's a liver cell or a lung cell. Right? They're all doing their own things, but yet they're all part of you. They're part of your body. And you think of us as that. We're all part of the body of God. Each one doing its own thing, but it's all connected. It's all connected into this body of God. And so the theme this month is power to the people. Well, we are the people. Spirit is the power. Spirit is the power, the quality of God, and it's up there somewhere. Yep, there it is, right down there at the bottom, power. The power of God flows through us. It's a quality of God. It's always existed, always has, even before we were we. The power exists because it's a quality of God, and we align with it, and we allow it to flow through us, and we use it consciously. We direct it in our lives for changes in our lives. There is an infinite amount of it. So how much can we use? We can use all of it. We can use all of it. There is an infinite amount of power. We get to use it. We get to consciously direct the law. We get to align with this quality called power in its infinite nature, and we get to use as much of it as we can embody and demonstrate. Embody and demonstrate. Ernest Holmes said, the limitless resources of spirit are at our command. The power of the infinite is at our disposal. We have as much to use as we know how to take. But the taking is a thing of thought, will, and imagination. It is a thing of an inward feeling or an interior awareness in the place where the mind has unified itself with the living spirit. And I think that last part is the part that's really important for us to remember. Unified with the living spirit. We can't believe in a God outside of ourselves, over sitting on a cloud somewhere. You know the old guy? You know the God we grew up with? You know, old man, long white beard. Does that ring a bell? Smiting some people and blessing others depending on which side of the cloud he woke up on. Not that God, right? Not that God. Unifying with the living spirit. We need to take ownership to that. It's not God and me, it's God as me. That energy, whatever that energy is, it's the energy of my body. It's the energy of your body. It is the energy of your cells and your mind and your heart and your feelings and your emotions. That is God, right? So it's not God and me, it's God as me. And that takes faith. And that makes all the difference in the world, right? It takes faith to absolutely know the difference between God and me, like we're in some kind of partnership, like here he is, yay, we hooked up, well, look, my ring, you know. It's not like that. It's God as me. I'm allowing the energy, which is spirit, to flow through me and do the work for me. Relying, depending on power and presence to flow through us, as us. We are powerful beyond measure. We direct this power consciously for our own good and the good of others. Ernest Holmes says, we know there is a power far greater than we are. There is a love that casts out fear and a faith that overcomes all obstructions. Easy schmeezy, right? Hey, God's got my back. Nothing to fear. Let's just move forward in faith. We can be so surrendered. We can be so emptied out of our own judgments, our own ego, our own opinions, that we allow this power just to flow through us unabated. Right? Isn't that what they said Jesus did? Right? He just totally surrendered to the power. He called it Abba. He called it the Father. He called it whatever. But he was just so surrendered to that. Right? Not my will, but thy will. But it was always good. Right? It was always good. We allow this power to flow through us unabated. We relinquish this idea of my way, you know. We all want to work for God, but only as consultants, you know. So we relinquish that. We relinquish the I want to do it, but I want it my way. I trust God, but I want it to come out like this. Right? We relinquish, I want it this way, for I desire the best for all. I desire the best for all, whatever that is. And I don't know what that is, but God knows what that is. So I will allow myself to be used by Spirit, to allow Spirit to flow through me and as me, because I trust God has my back. That's faith. I trust. So what keeps us from living in that atmosphere, right? What really keeps us from living in that atmosphere of, you know, God's in charge, all is well, I'm just going to walk through my day? What is it that stops us from living that way? We get clutchy, right? We get clutchy and you know, no, but it's got to be, you know, it's got to be my way, you know. Ernest Holmes said it best when he wrote, you are an individual. And as an individual, you can build a wall of negative thoughts between yourself and this perfection. Right? You're free to do that. He goes on to say, this wall, which keeps you from your greater good, is built of mental blocks. It is cemented together by fear and unbelief. It is mixed into the mortar of negative experience. It is not necessary that impoverishment and pain must accompany you in your experience through life. It is its nature to work. It is its nature to create. This is what Spirit does. We do not have to wonder whether or not it's working. Did you ever do that? I know I've done that in the past, right? You do a prayer, you do a lovely affirmative prayer, you're all in it, right? And you're floating and you're in, and so it is, and you let it go. And then like 5 minutes later, you're going, gee, I wonder what's going on. We do not have to wonder whether it's working. It's always at work. It is always at work. It is a question of whether our faith is greater than the obstruction we see before us. Right? It's that simple. Is our faith greater than the condition we're looking at? It comes down to a simple proposition. Whether or not we believe in a power and presence greater than we are that we can use. It's really, Ernest Holmes said, it's really that simple. Not easy, but simple. He had quite the sense of humor, Ernest. Whether or not we believe in this power and presence, and that it is ready, willing, and able to respond to us. That is a thing of faith. And folks like us, that's what we do, right? That's what we do. We rely on that. We rely on that faith. We practice the principles. We test the qualities, don't we? Oh yeah, I'm going to prove this. I'm going to prove abundance to myself. I'm going to prove joy to myself. We test the qualities. We prove the philosophy. That's what Ernest Holmes said. After you read the books, he wrote a lot of books. After you read the books, after you read the textbook and the philosophy and this thing called life and all of them, right? What did he say to do? He said, throw them out the window. After you've read all the books, after you've read everything there is to read, throw them out the window. Do the thing. Practice the thing. Test it. Prove it to yourself it works. And that's what we do, right? That's what religious science does. We prove the principles to ourselves beyond a reasonable doubt. We employ the truth that Spirit through us works the work of God as us in the world. Emma Curtis Hopkins. I love her. Thou art now working through me to will and to do that which ought to be done by me. That's what we do. This power which seeks to express itself through us, to improve our lives, to express full and freely as a quality of God. This is what we do. This is not our ego. This is not what we personally want. This is not, I know better than you are, so let me tell you how to do it. It's not anything about that, right? It's presence. God is a presence we have chosen to allow to flow through us, changing conditions in our lives. It is a presence. It is not a person. It's certainly not that old guy with the long white beard, right? It doesn't show up as a person. God doesn't walk around, right? It is a presence. It shows up as people. We are that thing. It shows up as people and it performs through us. It is a presence as us. And we have free will. We have the free will to surrender to our highest and greatest and best good, or turning away from the truth. We can act out of fear, and we can act out of lack, and we can act out of negativity. And that's free will, right? We get to make it as difficult or as easy on ourselves as we want. I would suggest you choose wisely. I would suggest you choose faith, right? If you knew God had your back and you were okay, how would that change your life? You know, I mean, think about it. It's just amazing. Ernest Holmes in Can We Talk to God, he said, faith is not a dogma, a creed, or a statement of being. It's a certain mental approach to reality. That's it. It's an affirmative approach as opposed to a negative one. It's an agreement as opposed to a denial, right? If you could just walk through life and go, yeah, God's got this handled. I am okay, right? So no matter what comes up, it doesn't throw us off balance. And unforeseen things happen, and bodies do weird things, don't they? Anybody's body do like weird stuff, you know? They do weird things. You go, oh, gee, I wonder what God's got in mind now, you know? And we roll with it, and you go back to prayer, and you just go to your practice, and you prove the principles once again. Folks like us, we have chosen faith over fear. We have chosen abundance over lack. We have chosen power over weakness. We have chosen decision-making and not being victims. We have chosen truth over hearsay, and principle over chaos, and presence over ego. Because we know we are one. Folks like us, right? Practice, practice, practice. We practice the principles until we can prove them. Until we can prove them in our lives. Remember, we are the people. God is the power. Right? Power to the people. And knowing this, and practicing this, and being this in the world, together we awaken the world to its spiritual magnificence. Not only ourselves, we know it for ourselves, don't we? I know I am the spiritual magnificence of spirit. I know all of those things are flowing through me and as me. I embrace them. I try to demonstrate all of them. Maybe not in a single day, but you know what I mean. Oh, as much as I can. And you know that too. You know that too. You are a divine individualization of spirit itself. Oh my gosh, how brilliant, how perfect, how wonderful, just as you are. Just as you are. Unique, individualized expressions of spirit. Together we awaken not only ourselves, we are awake. That's why we're here. You wouldn't even be here if you weren't awake, right? You'd be doing off something else, going to the movies. I don't know, maybe watching one of those. It doesn't matter. Together we can awaken the world to its spiritual magnificence. Together we provide the tools for spiritual transformation for other people. We become those shining lights on the hill that other people are just sort of magnetically attracted to you. Do you ever have those people like, what is it you've got? Why are you so damn happy all the time? You know, it's like, what is that thing, right? You've got it. You've got it. So together we can provide tools for others. We can provide those tools for spiritual transformation for others because we already know it. We already tried it, tested it, proved it. We know this works. And together, we can co-create a world that works for everyone. Thank you. Love you. Love you guys.
We're going to perform a song that Cahill wrote. It's from our album Songs for Humanity. Do you want to introduce it?
Yeah, this is a song about a paradigm shift with regard to folks like us. You guys ready? Okay. Here we go. One, two, one, two, four. Well, I have never seen a white man, and I have never seen a black man. I never met a yellow woman, not a purple, red, or blue man. We are all just different shades of brown, dark and light, not black or white. We stand on common ground. We are all just different shades of brown, dark and light, not black or white. We stand on common ground. Well, I have never seen a green man, no orange, no tangerine man. I know at times we've all felt blue, man, but it seems to me
stand on common ground. Oh yeah. Maybe on the chessboard, yeah. The pieces are black and white. Maybe on the keyboard, ooh, the keys are black and white. Are you living in your left brain? Well, the black and white are found. We're moving to your right brain. Ooh, all our shades are brown. We are all just different shades of brown. Dark and light, not black or white. We stand on common ground. We are all just different shades of brown. Dark and light, not black or white. We stand on common ground. Whatever skin tone on the outside, whatever differences we can't hide. Please remember every human worldwide. The blood runs red here on the inside. We are all just different shades of brown. Dark and light, not black or white. We stand on common ground. We are all just different shades of brown. Dark and light, not black or white. We stand on common ground. All right, Vision Band.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Our wonderful celebration singers are making their way up. Thank you so much. Now is our time for conscious circulation. We're going to be praying on that, you know. God is abundance, and we are that. Again, it's one of those qualities we align with. It's always existed. It always will exist. We align with it. We allow it to flow through us into our expression, and then we pass it along. I love it. You know, that old story when Thich Nhat Hanh was building that monastery up in Escondido, and they didn't have the money for it, and the monks were a little on the frantic side, and they were like, oh my God, where are we going to get the money from? Because it was like 8 million or 10 million or something to build at that, way back then. And they're, where are we going to get the money from? And Thich Nhat Hanh said, from wherever it is now. It's really that easy, isn't it? Because the energy, which is money, it flows into our experience, and then we pass it on to someplace else, and then it comes back and enters into our experience, and then we keep passing it on. It's like, money's like blood. It's no good unless it's in circulation, right? Anyway, so, you know, I better shut up. Let's pray. I know that abundance is a quality of God, so I know that as we are aware of it and we embody it and demonstrate it and just allow it to flow through our experience, it flows through our experience. And in gratitude for the good we are given, we pass on to those people, places, and things that support us and supply us spiritually. And we stay in that flow of receiving and giving, open-handedly, open-heartedly. And we know we are forever in the flow. So giving great thanks for this quality of God, known as abundance. Know that it identifies as us, that we identify as it, and it flows through our experience. I give great thanks for the abundance that flows right here, right now. And so it is. What is going on?
I'm grateful, so thankful. I stand beneath you.
I celebrate one life in this place.
Grateful, so thankful. I stand complete.
And that's the kind of stuff that happens when we start talking about spiritual power. You heard it, right? We start demonstrating it all over. This is time for the Miracle Minute. So I have one from Polly, and she said, I put a prayer request in for a coworker who is going through some serious medical issues. Her oncologist was very concerned about something he saw and wanted to do a number of tests. They were both sure it was not going to be good. No. But you know what? You go to prayer when that happens, right? When that fear thought comes up. After prayer, the test results came back, and he didn't see what he thought he was going to see. So everything is fine. Everything is good. Yeah, they'll keep an eye on it, but they don't expect anything. So yay, something, nothing trying to be something, right? Going back to the nothing from which it came. I love that. And this from Micah, he said, thank you for your prayers. He's pleased to report favorable results from his angiogram. Doesn't seem to be any heart damage from the cardiac event. Why do they call it a cardiac event? They make it sound like it's a party or something. Anyway. But they said it was probably from the heat and playing pickleball, because that man loves his pickleball. I love that. Playing pickleball in 3-figure temperatures. I don't know about that. Okay. Anyway, they thought it might have been a problem, but after the procedure, the cardiologist said, yay, the vessel looks better than it did 3 years ago. So there you go. No need to intervene at all. Yay, prayer works. And this from Nancy, I love this because Spirit is speaking to us all the time. She writes, we've been getting ready to go to Greece, and at the same time I needed to find documents for her property. So digging through the closet, she found a plastic container and decided to just open it out of curiosity. The items belonged to her father from World War II, and he saved a lot of reading material, and she found his little blue book, and it was titled A Guide to Plato. It was a little piece of paper as his bookmark, and it said 1944. And Plato was born in Athens, and Nancy will be in Athens this Tuesday. And Ernest Holmes wrote, the abundance you desire to experience must first be an experience in your mind. And I just love that, the coincidence of those two things, right? Like her dad speaking to her over the decades. Isn't that lovely? So thank you for that, Nancy. Anyway, we know this. Yeah, we know this, that we are immersed in that one mind, and it's forever speaking to us and coming to us, and just being aware of that, And then what you do is you write it and you email me so I can share it with everyone, because it's just so wonderful. That interconnectedness of all life is just so precious, and it's a quality of God. It is truth. And speaking of good communication, it's time for The Last Word by Johnny Kirko.
You heard the feedback? So that was for Adrian and for Luis not taking the same week off. Thank you, Dano. Hello, everybody online. We continue our meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us. We'd like to say hello. Got a practitioner available for one-on-one prayer. I know we are all over the world. We are, again, in Sweden and in East Coast. We're all over the world, so thank you for joining us today online. So today we're starting our very first The Vision Men's Group. I want to read to you exactly what they're going to be doing. It's an ongoing monthly meeting to provide support, fellowship, prayer, and social connection. We're doing that at 12 noon. It'll be in one of the classrooms here, but part with JP. What's that, JP? What are you making that face for? You decide which room, JP. Whichever room you'd like to have it. Whichever room you'd like, JP, you get to you choose it. So we'll start over here, okay? Well, in Hazel's room over there. So that's where we'll be at 12 noon. So join JP in the group, and they're going to be doing this once a month. So we'd like to see you. This afternoon at 3 p.m., we're having Jack Temption back here in our space. So it's really cool. We talked a little about Jack. Jack is a writer. He's written for a lot of Eagles music and stuff. Gregory Page is going to be with us. And as we go, he's going to continue doing this once a month. He's really excited about being a part of us, and he's going to start bringing more and more people in. So we're going to see some more people, famous people, into the doors here at Vision. I'm really excited about that opportunity that's coming. 3 p.m. right here. Also, you can do it online, too, so you can buy tickets online or in the bookstore. This Thursday is Andy and Nathan. We're having our cabaret-style concert. Join us for that. It's going to be fun. Andy Anderson, Nathan Fry, they're doing On the Road again. I'm guessing that will be one of the songs. So we'll have a lot of fun. Join us. Next week after that, open mic night is on Wednesday evening. We do that where you come and get to sing or read poetry or whatever you want. On Thursday, we're doing movie night, and we're doing Inside Out 2. With all the stress and pressure on in the world right now, we decided to lighten it up a little bit. So we're going to watch Inside Out 2, which is a lot of fun. Scott Lair is continuing his leading of the Out of the Darkness. If you want to sponsor Scott, yes, thank you for doing that, Scott. It's this Saturday, and he'll be walking in the morning. So if you'd like to donate for that, you go to our website and click on the calendar, and you'll find the link there, and you can donate to Scott and his group. So thank you very much, Scott, for doing that. So Adopt-A-Bill is back. You may have seen out there on the lobby or in the kitchen area, we've got Adopt-A-Bill. And it's back, it's better, and next week we have a little surprise for you. Remember we were giving away little bills? We've got something better. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's better. So I'm really excited about that. Again, the way the Adopt-A-Bill works is it's a fundraiser for us. If you want to grab a sticker, go into the bookstore, and it's over and above your normal tithe, helping out in Vision and paying our bills. There's all kinds of stuff from water to rent. So we go up from one, and we already have the rent for October paid by somebody. So thank you very much for that. That's fantastic. So help us out. We appreciate that. We'll keep that going. We're doing our volunteer appreciation dinner. It's on October 30th. It's Wednesday. Sign up if you'd like to come and be a part. We want to know if you're coming or not so we have enough food. So Cindy Britton is sending out emails and stuff like that as well. Cindy's over here. And let us know you're coming. We'd love to have you. Next week, Reverend Patti will be back. Her talk title is The Power Quality. And we have James Hickens and the house band. Thank you. Thanks to Cahill Delene.
Absolutely. We're surrounded by the best music, right? We just do. We have the best music week in and week out. I just wanted to highlight a little. I added another budget line on the Adopt-A-Bill program. You'll notice it at the very bottom. It's called the Peace Pole Project. I looked into getting a peace pole here. They're like 8 feet tall. I love it. And it just says, let there be peace on earth. May peace prevail upon the earth. Thank you. That's exactly it. May peace prevail upon the earth in all the different languages. And so the whole thing is a little pricey, but we get to keep it forever. And I think it totaled out at just a little over $500. So there you go. If you want to pull off one of those stickers, I put a couple of them up there for that. I would love to see that peace pole join us here, either on the platform or in the lobby or wherever. The good thing about the indoor one is it has a base, so we can put it wherever we want to, and we can move it from place to place. And I thought with the world having sort of the kind of conflicts we've been having lately, that a little more peace can't hurt, right? A little more peace in our hearts, in our lives, in our environment was the right way to go. So now we're going to stand up and we're going to say our affirmations. They're up on the big screen. Yay! I love it. Okay, and we're going to say them out loud. We're going to say them. We know it is the truth of us. Yes, practitioners and ministers, come to the front. Be ready for prayer because we're going to pray peace too, right? Let's say these affirmations together. I embrace an awareness of perfect oneness. I commit to embracing unity in my thoughts, words, and actions every day. We are a team working together to support each other through everything. Oh my God, I love that. Want to do 3 again? We'll just kind of like embrace that idea of community. Let's do number 3. We are a team working together to support each other through everything. Ah, that feels so good, so uplifting. Let us pray. I know that there is one life. It is God's. It is expressing uniquely and individually as each one of us. We know that we are the action of God in form on earth. We do the work of transformation for ourselves, and then we are the example of transformation for others. We shine the light high. We are the place where people are attracted to transform their lives and the lives of others and the lives of others. Like a pebble in a pond, those ripples go out from us. They are ripples of peace, love, abundance, joy, power, unity. giving great thanks for all of this good, I simply let it be. And so it is.